Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Welcome back, and this is block 2 or block B in a 2-block series. If you want to find out what block A and what this is all about, please refer to the previous video. I will show the information in the video description as well as all the fabric that is required. So with block B, I am choosing to make a size where I need 4 of these, and this will net a quilt of 48 by 48. If you'd like it to be 48 by 64, then you would need to make 2 more blocks, so that would be 6 in total. And again, you can adjust the size any way you like to make the finished size that works for you. So to start with, I'm going to start with the center block, which is basically the same as the block in block A center. So I've sandwiched together 2 potato chips that are 2.5 by 4.5, so this makes a 4.5 inch block. And then to that, I'm going to take a low volume or a light background and add it to the top, to the bottom, and then I'm going to add 2. I'll do it this way, 2 on each size. I noticed that some of these aren't cut to the right size, so I'll have to do that off camera. And then that's how it's going to look. So to do that, I will join these 2 to the top and bottom. I'll piece these together with a 1/4 inch seam and add them to the sides. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you what comes next. So now that the center is done, I'm going to put that aside for the time being, and we're going to work on another unit of this block. So what we're going to do is take 4 low volume or lighter 2.5 by 4.5 potato chips, and we're going to take 4 of the high contrast. These don't all have to match, it's just by chance someone gave me a bunch of fabric from the same color family, so I'm trying to use it all up in this one project. So what we're going to do is marry these together with the lighter, and then join these together with the darker with 1/4 inch seam. So you're going to end up with 4 pairs like this. So just like that. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you what comes up next. Okay, so I have these sets sewn together, and I'll put those briefly aside while we make 8 sets of a dark and a light 2.5 inch square joined together in pairs. So this is what they will look like when they're done. I've got an assortment of different fabric. So again, we'll need 8 of these sets done. Okay, now that I have these pairs made up of the 2 patches, we're going to put together the next unit. So what we need to do is take the potato chips, or the 4.5 inch, which has the low volume or light and the high contrast or dark. And you would like to make sure that, just for ease, I'm going to have the dark on my left hand side. And then we're going to take one of the 2 patches and have the dark on the right and piece it together on the top here with 1/4 inch seam. And then we'll do the same thing on the bottom. So this is what the unit will look like. So again, 1/4 inch seam, and we need to make 4 of those. With this part of the unit done, we can carry on and do some assembly. The only other thing you will need are 4 HSTs, which measure 4.5 inches square. I mass produced a bunch of these the other day just for this quilt, and what I do, as you've seen me do this before, I do a 7.5 low volume right sides together with a darker high contrast fabric. I do a 1/4 inch all the way around, and then I cut from diagonal and then I end up with 4 HSTs, press them open, and then trim them up. I do like the extra wiggle room, that's why I oversize them. You could probably do it a little bit smaller and they'd still work out. This would be a really tight 5 inches if I was not trimming them too much, but again, I like to have that extra wiggle room. So putting that aside, now what we can do is start our assembly. So we're going to take an HST with the dart pointing down this way towards the right. Then we're going to take another and we're going to have it on the opposite like this. And then the last unit that we just made is going to be joined together like this with HSTs on each end. You know you have it right when the darker part of the potato chips is facing to the top. You'll also make another one of these for the bottom. So let me go ahead and I'll show you how we assemble this. With these 2 units done, so if you look, switch them around, they are identical. So I'll put those aside. Now we have the center to do. So we're going to take the center block and we're going to add the sides, which are the same as what we just did for the bottom. And we're going to add them like this. I don't know if you'll see the whole thing in the camera. That's the problem with the larger blocks. It's hard to get them in camera view. So again, 1/4 inch seam. You want to make sure this potato chip is on the outside so you have kind of this 3 pattern of the low volume. And on the opposite side, same thing, but it's a mirror image. So we have the darker on the right hand side. So I'll go ahead and piece these together and then I'll show you what comes next. So now that we have the center piece together, we just need to add the top and bottom to complete this block. So you want to position the rows so that you have the broader point of the half square triangles against the seam. So it'll be that way on the top. And then again, it'll be that way on the bottom. So when these are all joined together, it will be almost like a fancy churn dash. So I'm going to go ahead and do this and then I'll show you what it looks like. So here's block B. I am going to have to slide it because of its size. It is 16.5 inches unfinished, so it is quite large. So next up, I'll show you how to put these all together to make a really neat repeating pattern. So now that the 2 blocks have been made, we can start doing the final assembly. Rows 1 and row 3, if you're doing a row 5, would all be the same sequence. So I have a block A that I did in episode 97. I've got the block B that we just finished putting together, and then another block A. And what I do is I actually use tape or painter's tape in the center with my own symbols so I know what order to sew these in. So let me go ahead and do this and then I'll show you the next row. And for the even rows, so rows 2 in this case, if you're doing a longer quilt, then you need a row 4. You're going to start with the B block and then alternate with an A block and then with another B block. So I'm going to join those together. I've got my rows 1 and 3 joined together, so I'm going to then piece these 3 rows and show you what it finally looks like. So here it is all sewn up. Just remember this is only 9 blocks and I really like all the secondary patterns that evolve from this 2-block design. Let me know what you think, what colors you're going to try this with. So until next time, sew safely and sew with Debee. Have a great day and bye for now.